Ooh la la! Look how you lean towards me. I always attract the younger boys. Maybe I should keep you in suspense a little longer.
Mr. Armstrong, tell the court what you know at once.
He's angry. He doesn't attract the older men.
Maybe that's the vibe I got.
Oh, well, here we go.
I attract the older ones too, you know. Handsome. Shall I tease you too?
How are we supposed to interpret that?
I don't know. It just yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 4 Pixels. Cuckoo here with Smooth and Smog, and we are continuing Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. Take it away with this line again.
Ha! If you want to doubt someone, trite, look in the mirror. I'm sure the person looking back at you will be dubious enough.
So the witness yesterday had seen the victim reflected in a mirror.
Oui, perhaps that is what that old man was looking at.
Normally, I'd expect people to know the difference between a reflection and a real object.
Normally? How does normality come into this? That's lame, trite, even for you.
Huh?
Get with the program. The cool kids are back in town. Are you trying to say that if something isn't normal, it is impossible? Is that it? Lame-o. Where does that leave the porky-headed lawyer and the top-knot chick over there? I just got the top-knot chick. Holy shit, that was fucked up. Oh shit.
Dang, son.
It took me like 2 or 3 seconds of staring at her head to realize.
That's what happened to me too when I first played or went through this game. I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Oh. And the ungodly cool guy with the mask over here. Well, trite.
Ah, not the hair.
I do not have a top knot.
Mr. Kudo is correct.
I'm giggling over here like a little.
A lack of normality is no basis for discounting an argument.
Cool kids 1, spiky porcupine head 0. Oh, okay. No, my screen went completely black, and I was
Same.
scared. Bien, logic as one la day. La cup, la earpiece, and la glasses. You would have seen everything in reverse, no?
The coffee cup, the earpiece, and the HMD. Let's think back over Mr. Kudo's testimony for a second, shall we?
The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs.
I wasn't ready for that.
No
Me too.
question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt.
So, to summarize, we were told both the HMD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now, if Mr. Kudo saw all that as a reflection in a mirror, it means both the HMD and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side.
Exactamente. You see, monsieur, now that you think about it, it is not so hard, non?
Unfortunately, that's where we run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. If Mr. Kudo really did see everything in a mirror, why is it that the HMD is now on the wrong side of his head?
Order, order. Mr. Wright is correct. If the witness genuinely observed the victim reflected in a mirror, then we would expect the victim's eyepiece to have been over his right eye.
How bitter. Try, you should have a taste of this bitterness. It'll calm you down in no time.
Are we talking about coffee? Or something completely different?
You don't understand the way the witness thinks.
How he thinks?
You remember this, I presume?
The I broke the vase, sorry, apology left? I mean, Mr. Kudo's sworn testimony?
Exactly. The old man has one very grievous habit, other than throwing seeds. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddled his mind makes it. And what's the most striking thing about Mr. Elg?
Clearly, it's the victim's eyepiece.
And that's my point. The old man strikes again. Mr. Elg's HMD made a big impression on the old man. I saw the earpiece on those newfangled spectacles he was wearing. Oh yes, they were both on his left ear. Do you hear? His left ear.
Okay, what was the point of that?
Ha. Well, trite.
That's the worst, but best impression of Kudo ever.
Wow, I really thought he was old seedy for a minute there. Kudo's good.
Enough! I must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash in much of his testimony.
Bad luck, Nick. Looks like the boil of a contradiction you found is just a rash.
I swear, Maya.
I don't even know where that came from.
A mirror can't be beaten by a handful of seeds, nor can it lie. So, what exactly was the old man looking at? Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong. Go on. Tell the court. We're all ears. Oui, I can explain. Please, if you will look at la plans of la restaurant. Witness testimony. The mirror.
Yes.
Alois. It. God damn it. Cut it out. Cut it out.
Don't leave it in.
I wasn't ready. God damn it. Alois, is everyone sitting comfortably? La mirror. I was in the middle of la restaurant, dividing the two halves. There is only one seat from which you could have seen an image of la victim. That was la seat at the table next to la victims. That was where la old man was sitting. After la terrible incident occurred, I moved la mirror so it was not in the way. But naturally, I did not touch anything else.
I see no problems with the explanation we have just heard.
I can't help every time that I read his lines, I'm moving my head around and just like whipping my neck and shit, but like not even on
What?
purpose.
That's perfect.
From the table next to the victims, Mr. Kudo could have seen the victim in the mirror.
What a naughty little coquette I am, confusing all the men like this. Don't worry about it. We can keep up, except for the guy breaking out in a cold sweat over there.
I hate that guy.
What?
Don't worry, I'll make you like me soon enough.
You said you didn't touch anything else apart from the mirror. Are you quite sure about that?
Volunteers! Of course I touched something else.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please.
I'm sorry, I'm getting really ornery right now.
Well, we could tell.
Cross-examination! The mirror.
Yes.
Also, Coco's just dying out of nowhere. La mirror, it was in the middle of la restaurant, dividing the two halves. I swear, I should just record myself whenever I do stuff like this, cause God.
So run this by me again. The mirror was here, correct?
Oui.
We? Really?
If you want.
Because I know if I were you, I wouldn't have put a mirror there. It would be in the way. Then you can't count that.
Look who's talking, trite.
Huh?
You're obstructing my view, among other things.
But, this is my seat in the courtroom.
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. I don't know what's come over me. I just keep on thinking of just stuff to say that I shouldn't say. Trivian's charm is that it gives you the impression that you're the only customer. Temporarily placing a mirror in that spot would hardly be in the way. Unlike you, trite. I tell you, monsieur, la mirror was there in the middle of the restaurant. There is only one seat from which you could have seen an image of la victim.
And where would that be?
Hit the wrong button, sorry. Ooh la la, look how you lean towards me. I always attract the younger boys. Maybe I should keep you in suspense a little longer.
Mr. Armstrong, tell the court what you know at once.
He's angry. He doesn't attract the older men.
Maybe that's the vibe I got.
Oh, well, here we go.
I attract the older ones too, you know. Handsome. Shall I tease you too?
Mm,
How are we supposed to interpret that?
I don't know. It just yeah. I don't know how else I could have done that.
I swear, I got too much into this character that I'm actually doing the same motions that he's doing.
I sometimes do that too.
Yes. I wish I could. Oh my gosh. That's the best.
I'm already seeing a very hot someone, so I'm afraid you'll be waiting for a long time. Wink wonk.
I bet she has a mocha cream skin and cappuccino perfume.
Bien, I will tell you. There was only one seat from which you could have seen. That was la seat at the table next to la victims. That was where la old man was sitting.
I want to see that diagram again. So, why can you only see the victim from that particular seat?
Mais, monsieur, isn't it obvious, no? If you look at la plans, you will understand. La victim would have been reflected in la mirror, like so. If you were sitting at la table next to him, you would see everything, non?
So that's the old seat he was sitting in on that day, when the poisoning happened.
The old man was sitting at the table next to the victim? Why does that seem kind of odd?
After the terrible accident or incident occurred, I moved La mirror so it was not in the way.
Did you move the mirror while Mr. Kudo was off calling the police?
Oui, exactement. I carried it out of la restaurant then.
Dang, by yourself? Oh, I guess he just said it. You moved a huge mirror like that all by yourself?
What can I say? I have the last name of Armstrong, no? I know how to pick things up, handsome. I can pick you up and put you down too. Heh heh.
Kudo actually laughed at something.
Well,
I should have given.
What?
I should have laughed better than that. I thought it was a sarcastic laugh.
I mean, from his face, you wouldn't be able to tell. I
Yeah.
thought so too. I don't blame you, actually.
well, given the witness's physique, I suppose it is possible. Did you move anything else from the crime area or crime scene, Mr. Armstrong?
I look like the obliging type, non? But naturally, I did not touch anything else.
Are you sure about that?
I touched nothing except la mirror.
Mr. Wright, is there something the witness has said that doesn't match the crime scene?
Yeah, there is. I just can't put my finger on what exactly.
Or whose finger?
Ew.
Ha! Suffering from a case of heartburn, trite. Oh, I have just this thing for that. An oil with golden myrrh and frankincense. And add a few drops to your coffee and voila. Enjoy.
Focus, Phoenix. Breathe. I need to ignore those two and just find some evidence.
It is pretty strange, though, isn't it? I mean, nobody mentioned anything about a really large mirror. You'd think someone would have, but Maggie didn't, and neither did old Ceedy.
Then the only logical explanation is that there was no mirror inside Trabian that day. Now I've just got to prove it. Somehow.
La mirror. It was in the middle. Oh, okay.
Yeah, she went through all this. So wait, can't he just... Well... No!
Are you okay?
This piece... Was this right?
Yes.
Okay, never mind. I thought it was wrong. Whoops, I'm such an idiot.
I
GG,
mean,
Smooth.
this is
GG.
kind of like a flimsy. Usually he says something more like solid than just that.
Yeah, okay, my bad. Sorry. This piece of evidence contradicts with testimony we have heard, Your Honor.
The crime photo?
Yes, This photo clearly shows something that theoretically should not exist.
What on earth do you mean by that, Mr. Wright?
Should not exist. Ha! Sounds like you're describing yourself, trite.
Damn.
Wow, it's actually
That's
kind of dark.
That's actually some millennial jokes going on right there.
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
Now then, if the defense would please clarify its statement. What is the something that should not exist in this photo?
I think it's pretty obvious that this is what should not be in this picture.
The vase? What possible connection does this have with this witness's testimony?
Your Honor, I'm telling you that there should have been no vase on this table. Because it clearly contradicts with this piece of evidence.
The haiku.
Yeah,
here
no,
it
I'm
is.
through guessing because I'm an idiot, so. There is one thing that was clearly demonstrated by yesterday's testimony. Oh, yeah. Mr. Kudo broke the vase that was on the table where he was sitting. Uh-huh. And yet, as the court can see, there is an unbroken vase on the table next to the victim. Why? Because Mr. Kudo was not, in fact, sitting at the table next to the victim at all. I jumped ahead because I figured out where he was sitting, so that's why I thought that was wrong. My bad.
Don't be an idiot, trite. That's impossible.
Hey, I like that.
That seat's the only one Kudo could have been could have seen the victim's reflection from.
Exactly. But he did not. Never mind.
Ugh.
There is only one conclusion we can draw from this contradiction. There was no mirror in Trabian that day. Your testimony, Mr. Armstrong, is an elaborate lie.
Mon Dieu!
Bravo.
Don't try to confuse the court, trite. Obviously, the witness cleaned up the vase while the police were taking their time to getting to the crime scene.
Negative. He said he didn't touch anything else. Unfortunately, Mr. Kudo, that doesn't quite work for me. Mr. Armstrong already testified to the contrary. In his own words, I did not touch anything else except the mirror.
What the fuck was that? What did I just do?
I was so straight faced, like I was ready to read it and everything, and I don't know.
Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself? I was right. There was no mirror in the restaurant that day. In light of this revelation, we return back to the original problem. Why did the victim have an earpiece and an ear in which he couldn't hear?
You only get one shot at life. There's no turning back. If you want to claim that mirror wasn't there, Trite, theme music starts playing, then this problem is all yours! Through friendship! How do you explain what the old man saw?
If I can answer this, then I'll be that much closer to the truth. I can feel it.
Are you going to be okay? Can you really solve this contradiction, Nick?
Wow, you sound so serious, Maya. There's more than just this one contradiction, Maya.
What do you mean?
Remember what Maggie told us. There was another man at the victim's table. And there was a sample CD on the victim's table. It all flies in the face of Mr. Kudo's testimony. And I think I know the reason why nothing in this case is adding up.
And with that, we will end this episode right here.
I
Thank
fucking
you guys for joining us,
Whoa.
and see you next time.
How could you do this to
My
us?
gosh,
You
terrible.
ended on here.
This is Coco here, and I will be starting a new game called The Witch's House. This is a game that was suggested to me by Tumblr user Dark Trainer, and I've heard the name around. I know it's kind of one of those RPG Maker classics, but I know next to nothing about it, other than knowing there's a blonde girl in it with pigtails and a green dress. I think she's from this one anyway. There's so many RPG Maker classics that I have just not gotten around to. Not for lack of desire, but I just have Viola. Alright, she doesn't have a green dress, she has green eyes. Yeah, I just never got to them. A letter in your pocket. Read. Mind if you go to her house, but just stay away from the forest. Hope to see you home soon. Well, apparently already messed that one up. We're 13 and we only have 10 HP. Great. Bugs have taken up residence in this rotten log. Dot's house and out of the forest. Black cat. You're up and at 'em, eh? Humans shouldn't be out here. It's too dangerous. Oh, so you are the save. Okay. Well, you know what? Get out of it. Let's get out of here. Of course, we can't get out of here. The way is blocked by a startlingly huge patch of roses. And there's something there. Code, singly artificial roses. Can we? Yes, we can. Found something rusty and sharp. Take it. Got a machete.